On June 8, 1708, one of the largest explosions in maritime history took place off the coast of what is now Colombia. It was caused by a ship that was full of riches beyond imagination. And yet, despite the fact that we know all of this, we still don't know where the ship went down. Hi, it's me. And today we're answering the extraordinary question, where is the world's most valuable shipwreck? This is the story of the San and the search for her lost treasure. The ship in question was a 500-foot-long galleon, known as the Nuestra Señora de las Mercedes, but usually just called the San José or St. Joseph. The San José was built in Spain in 1698. It was one of many ships in the Spanish treasure fleet, whose job it was to bring wealth from the Americas back to Spain. The San José made several such trips before its final voyage in 1708. That year, the ship was loaded with a fortune in gold, silver, and emeralds mined in Peru, Colombia, and Panama. These precious metals were destined for Seville, Spain, where they would be used to finance Spain's part in the ongoing War of the Spanish Succession. This conflict saw Britain, France, and Spain fighting bitterly over trade routes and treasure fleets. In 1708, the war was not going well for Spain. So, the San José set sail from Panama with more than 600 men on board, including a large number of silver miners who had been working in the Spanish colonies in South America. They hoped that returning to Spain with this huge haul of treasure would turn their fortunes around. As the San José sailed north, however, word reached them that a British naval squadron was hunting them. As they approached the port of Cartagena in modern-day Colombia, the British began to close in. On June 8th, the lookout on San José spotted 3 British ships: the flagship, the Dudley, the Salisbury, and the Swallow. They immediately opened fire on the unsuspecting Spanish galleon. San José returned the fire, and soon the two fleets were locked in battle. For 5 hours, the two sides exchanged cannons until finally the San José caught fire. At this point, the Spanish captain, Domingo de Zaboni, ordered his crew to abandon ship. He himself stayed on board, along with several others. As the men rowed away from the burning vessel, they watched as the powder magazine of the San José exploded, blowing the ship to pieces and killing everyone left on board. Of the 600 or so men on the San José, only 11 survived the attack. This was one of the biggest disasters in the history of the Spanish treasure fleet and one of the largest explosions ever recorded. But while the explosion of the San José killed nearly 600 men, it also secured a place in history as the single greatest treasure ship ever lost. That's because everything that was on board the San José was incredibly valuable. The amount of gold, silver, and emeralds that was being transported would today be worth between $10 and $20 billion. Unfortunately, almost all of it ended up at the bottom of the Caribbean. Some historians have questioned these figures, saying that they are exaggerated and that the value of the cargo has been inflated. However, even conservative estimates put the value of the San José's cargo in the hundreds of millions of dollars. When news of the explosion reached Europe, Spain immediately began searching for the wreck of the San José. But it wasn't the only power with an interest in finding the lost. Galleon, pirates, privateers, and treasure hunters of all kinds searched the seabed for the wreck, but none were successful. It wasn't until 2015 that the Colombian Navy announced that they had located the San José. This was a significant moment, not just for Colombia, but for all of those interested in the ship and its cargo. However, the Colombian government kept the exact location of the wreck a secret, only saying that it was found off the coast of Cartagena. There have been conflicting reports about why the location was kept secret, with some saying it was to protect the site from looters and others claiming that there was an ongoing legal dispute about who was entitled to the treasure. Whoever is telling the truth, the location of the wreck has never been revealed, though it's believed to be somewhere within a 24-mile radius of the port of Cartagena. One of the reasons why Colombia didn't want the location of the wreck to get out is because of the legal disputes that surround it. The country is currently fighting a court battle against Spain in the European Court of Human Rights. This case centers around the ownership of the wreck and its cargo. Both countries believe that they have a right to the treasure, which is thought to be buried somewhere beneath the Caribbean seabed. In 2016, Spain sued Colombia in the Court of Arbitration in The Hague. However, Colombia refused to participate in the proceedings, saying that Spain had no right to sue them. Eventually, the court ruled in favor of Colombia, saying that Spain should have taken its case to the Inter-American Court of Human Rights instead. Spain then filed an appeal with this court, which ruled that the treasure was part of Spain's cultural heritage and should be returned to them. Colombia responded by saying that the ship had been sailing under the flag of the Viceroyalty of New Granada, which at the time included modern-day Colombia, Ecuador, and Panama. Therefore, they argued, the treasure belonged to them. To make matters even more complicated, a company called Sea Search Armada claims to have located the San José and is suing both Colombia and Spain for the rights to salvage the wreck. This legal battle shows no signs of stopping, meaning that the treasure may never be recovered. But whether the treasure is ever recovered or not, the story of the San José is unlikely to fade away. The tale of the mighty galleon and its massive cargo of gold, silver, and emeralds has captured the imagination of people all over the world. The San José has been called the Holy Grail of Shipwrecks, and it's easy to see why. For centuries, rumors have circulated about the whereabouts of the ship and its untold riches. Now that we know that the wreck lies somewhere off the coast of Colombia, the mystery has only grown. We know that the ship sank, but we don't know exactly where it sank. We know that it was carrying a fortune in treasure, but we have no idea how much treasure or what exactly it consisted of. And we know that the wreck is somewhere off the coast of Colombia, but we don't know where exactly. All of these questions have led to speculation and rumor. There have been countless books, articles, and documentaries made about the San José, and there are probably dozens more to come. The story of the San José is one of the great unsolved mysteries of our time. It's a mystery that has captured the public imagination and one that is unlikely to fade away anytime soon. So what do you think? Do you think the treasure will ever be recovered? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.